Great, great. Yeah.
Call on tonight, and the two of you can actually win. They're not going to back all his son just because of that. It's a different person. So good luck to you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have it.
Thank you, sir. I'll sign all these.
Guys, we'll get some photos, and he's gonna hang out for a little bit. We got an interview to do, and then
Let me do this. Great. Hey, how's it going? Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work?
Hi, I'm Zach Weissmuller with Reason TV. I'm here with Governor Gary Johnson, Libertarian Party candidate for president. Governor Johnson, thank you for talking. Absolutely. And we just saw you give a very well-received speech at Full Press. Were you surprised at your reception here? By default, I'm the voice here for liberty and freedom. When I say that, Dr. Paul has been the voice, has been terrific, and this is important. This is the fastest growing segment of American politics today, and it's a message that really needs to go forward. That's my, I'm the guy. I am the guy by default, I guess, but I'm trying to make a case that I'm not the default. It's not a presidential candidate. What made you decide to come here to Paul Fest to make such a big presence? I got an invitation, so I couldn't turn down the invitation. And I do want to point out that Ron Paul asked me for my endorsement in 2008. I readily gave that endorsement. When I dropped out of the Republican primary, I asked everybody who was going to vote for me to vote for him, and I wouldn't be standing here right now if I, in December, thought he was going to be the Republican nominee. I didn't think he was going to be the Republican nominee. I thought they were going to marginalize him, and I didn't think I was going to be so marginalized. And, I entered this contest from the standpoint of I thought it would be really harder to marginalize two voices as opposed to just one, but they did a pretty effective job of doing this thing.
Now, you have already connected a lot more, it seems, with the Ron Paul voters than the 2008 Libertarian candidate. What is it you think that made that happen?
Well, I think it's the resume. I mean, I've been a libertarian my entire life. Arguably, I got to be the libertarian governor of New Mexico for 8 years under the guise of being a Republican. I just think the fastest growing segment of American politics today is the freedom and liberty movement. Are those that describe themselves as libertarian in some fashion or another. But there's a big disconnect between calling yourself a libertarian and voting libertarian. I'd like to bridge that gap this election.
The Ron Paul strategy has been to work within the Republican Party and create a sort of liberty insurgency. Why should Ron Paul supporters now support a third party?
Well, I think that, first of all, that's a strategy that I also live my life trying to implement. And I think for those that have, I applaud everybody that has, but I think that what everybody has for doing that is a headache from beating their head up against the wall. Being a libertarian, you don't have to change anything. So, is this a displacement of the Republican Party? We'll see. Is this the beginnings of the displacement of the Republican Party?
Yeah, no, this is the weekend before the Republican National Convention. This, one of Romney's worst nightmares is probably the Ron Paul contingent not sticking in the Republican Party. Why should, what do you say to the argument that a vote for a third party is just a vote for Obama?
Well, a vote for somebody you don't believe in is a waste of vote. That's a waste of vote. A vote for somebody that you believe in. Vote for somebody who believes in the same issues that you do. That's the way you change the world. And there are big differences between myself and the other two candidates. Really, we just go down the list. Don't bomb Iran, end the wars, stop the spending, stop the growing police state in this country. Some of these really are important. Repeal the Patriot Act. I would have never signed the National Defense Authorization Act. Boot crony capitalism in the rear end. Abolish the income tax. abolish the IRS, corporate tax.
A lot of the people here are or were delegates for Ron Paul, and a lot of them are expressing a lot of frustration in how they were treated by the Republican Party. Do you have any comments on how the Republican Party has dealt with the Ron Paul faction?
Just that I'm in the same group. I'm the same group. I understand completely. So where's the frustration, I think, can get focused in a way that will have an impact in this election, and that would be voting for me.
I mean, a lot of people are, I think the Romney campaign was trying to send the signal with the Paul Ryan pick that, hey, see, we care about budgets too. So is that not sufficient?
Well, I think that generally speaking, that is the perception, but the reality is a balanced budget in 30 years, and it's dependent on increase in revenue. Look, I think we should balance the budget now, and then it should be to cut spending.
And last question is, what do you expect to happen in this upcoming 3 or 4 days of the Republican convention? Do you expect to see anything interesting?
Well, I think we're just going to get to continue to hear. And by the way, this is an indictment on two political parties. And the indictment is it's just much to do about nothing. It's just much to do about not changing anything in this country. And we have some really big fundamental problems